everybody, and welcome back to Tech Talk. Bring my mic back. So I'm excited to actually be back here with you guys. I have been neck deep in developer mode, building out really cool stuff over in Nerdly Land. So I'm excited to be back here and actually get back to tech trainings. Oh, I have the wrong thing going. All right. So today we are going to be talking about automating your sales call follow-up, right? Sorry, getting a sip of water. I'm thrilled to have all of you here today as we embark on another journey into the fascinating world of automations, right? So today we're diving into the sales call follow-up automations. And before we delve into the nitty-gritty, I want to take a moment, set some expectations on our time together. So we're going to kick things off by answering a fundamental question. Why should we bother automating our sales call follow-up in the first place? Well, my friends, the benefits are truly game-changing. By automating these processes, we not only save valuable time, but we also ensure consistency and accuracy in our communications, right? Plus, with proper data tracking and segmentation, we can deliver personalized messages that resonate with our prospects on a deeper level, right? And, you guys know I'm very open about being neurospicy, and I want to make sure that my clients get the experience that they're expecting, right? I want to make sure that they're getting that curated experience and that they're getting the follow-up that I would want them to have. And so today we're going to dive into what it is you need to do to put together. And if you want to learn more, possibly a hands-on workshop where I physically help you build this out on whatever system you are on, and a step-by-step training recorded into a course so you can refer back to it anytime, comment #sales automation, and I'll follow up with you on that. So first things first, what we're going to need to build out is a form. And we want to make sure that you map out. Oh, hi already. You guys are hyped for this. So fun. You want to make sure you map out what are all the questions you need to ask somebody while you're in that sales conversation, right? We want to be able to get as much information and be able to, because the whole point is we want to be able to serve them, right? And we need to know, are they an ideal client for my primary offer? Do I have any additional offers? Do I have affiliate offers they might be more suited for? Where are they now? Where do they want to be? And how are you going to be able to help them accomplish that, right? Like, we want to make sure that we create this form and build it out so it's as conversational as possible, right? Because we're not just looking at you, right? Ultimate goal is that you grow your business and you have a team, right? So your team needs to be able to follow this as well. Because I don't know about you guys, but, I dream of the day I don't have to deal with sales anymore. I mean, I love this stuff, but, if I could just make money sitting on the beach, I'm here for it. So whether you're using Google Forms, Nerdly, High Level, Active Campaign, any of these systems, you can build this out on, right? I mean, granted, your life's going to be better in Nerdly Land because we're extra fabulous over there. But back to the point. So now that you understand the why, let's talk about the how. The first step in automating it is that form, right? This is truly your secret weapon because it's gathering essential data, right? You're mapping out key questions, including options for personalized follow-up sequences. And you're really laying the groundwork for effective communication down the line. For example, right? Like, do you want to send them a review request, right? Is this person already that awesome? They're excited. They're so hype. Right? Because this sales follow-up formula we're talking about can also be used for like a client call, right? So did they say something amazing on the call that we want to pull out from the call recording and used for some other purpose. You got to make sure you include a spot on the form for a link to the call, right? And making sure that you're knowing like where they are, what are the challenges they're experiencing right now, right? So let me just check my notes here, make sure I covered everything because, spicy brains, we do that. And so what are other different key points about them? What industry are they in? What are different searchable and filterable data points that are helpful for you in your business, right? Like for me, do they run their own high-level agency? Are they a coach? Are they a physical small business? So you got to really sit down and map out what are the different data points that are important for your business. All right. So now that we've got the form all mapped out, right? We know all the questions we are trying to ask. So next step is we need to implement automations. So fun. So whether you're using something simple like Google Forms and Zapier or advanced systems like Nerdly, some other high-level version, Active Campaign, any of these, the principles all remain the same, right? And so we're going to walk through this process step by step from setting up your form fields to mapping out your form follow-up sequences, right? And so what's really important, so before we get into the automations, we want to make sure we have the different customer journeys mapped out, right? So what are your options? And so this comes back to, what are you selling? What are your offers? So if you only have one offer, then hot dog, you're going to make your life real easy. But if you're someone like me, right? I offer Nerdly. I'm a group track brand partner, so I could sell someone just group track. We could sell someone like high level support. We could sell somebody if they're an agency, I have a ton of tools. I mean, any business, I have a ton of tools. So it's really making sure you have clarity around what you could be getting on a call for. Now, you don't have to have these questions filled out for every single, like this one question of identifying what you're trying to sell them, right? Like it only has to be one thing. So now that we have gotten that, we've mapped out the journeys, right? So what are our call to actions when we're building out to map out those customer journeys, right? So who remembers Mad Libs, right? As a kid on a road trip, your parents trying to keep you guys from like killing each other, right? Comment Mad Libs if you guys remember building up Mad Libs. Right? I see, this is so true. Being able to map out the entire customer journey session, right? Like it's so hard. And so what I have found is if you talk it through with somebody and actually, build out, like whether you use Miro, Board Mix, Google Doc, Sheets, something, you need to build out something so that you can tell someone, this is what I'm going to take someone else through. And ask them, does this make sense? Right? Because you're so into your business, right? Like the same thing with me. I'm so into my business that I often miss out on like step 1 and 2, and I'm jumping right into step 3. And this is why I have a coach to help rein me back in and be like, no, we're gonna keep it simple. So 10 out of 10, highly recommend, if you have like a co-working buddy or someone you can collaborate with, that's going to make a world of difference. And yes, see, it's already done for you. So now what you want to do is with this Mad Libs, right? So we're going to take those questions that you've answered. All right. And now we're going to map out an email. And we're going to Mad Libs insert those answers into the emails so that now it looks like we're having a conversation. Because now you're able to take those form answers and insert them into anything else, right? So if you're on Active Campaign, No, ClickFunnels is a site. If you're on a more robust system, this is going to be called what's known as a custom field or metadata, if you want to get real weird. If you're using something simple like Google Forms, right, that is going to export into a sheet. And then you can use Zapier to map that back into your email, right? So there's a ton of different ways you can do it. This is absolutely doable on any platform whatsoever, right? So this way, like for example, and I'll show you guys what we have at Nerdly so you can see what I'm talking about. Would that be helpful to get a visual, right? We are the coach and the employee and the behind the scenes and the everything, right? And it's so important. I find it really important to find people that you can network with and co-work, that you guys are on the same level of like comprehensions, because it can be really hard when you guys are on just completely different levels. Hold on one second. Let me pull open our thing and I will show you what it is we have. So, now, if you want to Nerd Plus this, you can actually build out what we have in Nerdly. So it will actually pull in the client's contact information and any custom fields that have been filled out. So it really, it saves you a lot of time and hassle, right? Why is it showing? Hold on, let me make sure I get my privacy mode going first. And okay, great. Now I will share my screen and show you guys what I am talking about. Smart list. Yeah, this guy. Nope. Yeah, that's yes, this is the one. Great. Okay, so you guys are used to seeing this as if you're in high level in general. This is your contacts window. What we have over here, so you're hopping on late. So with those Mad Libs questions, we're talking about, and if you guys want notes from this, comment notes and I can just like write out some notes about this for you to refer back to. I know sometimes whether in Neurospicy land, written instructions can sometimes be significantly more impactful than audio instructions, so you know exactly what you're looking at. Okay. So what I have built out for our folks is this discovery call button, right? So this has our primary offers right here. I actually need to update that because I'm going to roll out a coaching program. So if you want to know about that, just hit comment Nerd Plus and I'll send you some deets. But oh my gosh. Okay, scroll right past that. So that first section has their contact information, and privacy mode does not. Privacy mode forms, right? So these are kind of the questions that we ask, like, what we want to know, what kind of business they're in, how quickly do they want to achieve results, what are the financial goals of their business, like who is their audience, right? Where are they now? What are their, so these are the things that I'm asking people, right? And so really, these are just reminders to me of what questions do I need to work into the conversation, right? It doesn't need to be a verbatim. If you are the solo entrepreneur, girl, you just need to have something that reminds you, don't forget to ask about this, right? Now, once you get to be working with a team, you do need to standardize things quite a bit, right? So this way others can use it as well. So then, talking through what is the next steps, right? What offer is the most aligned? What's holding them back from moving forward? Did you offer any fast action bonuses? What is literally the next step you want them to take? Like, what's the call to action? And then the discovery call recording link, right? Now, if you guys have been around in high level or Nerdly or whatever system you're in, right? You guys are probably familiar with, let me know in the comments, Yes, if you know how to create an email based on a form response, right? Who's done that? Who's comment form, right? Because that is a really necessary thing, right? You want to be able to communicate back to your audience. I always think of this way, right? My system needs to be dynamic, right? It needs to be able to respond to my clients' interactions with me without me having to tell it what to do. Like, I can map out, this is the response I want you to give when they say this. So then the next step is really just that, right? So we'll go back in here. So in workflows, gotta love screen share on Zoom. So discovery call. Ooh, that's a lead score. Discovery call scripted form. So what we have here is the trigger, right? Discovery call scripted form, and then an email. And literally, like, this one's pretty not super sexy, but it gets the job done, right? So one of the things you want to look at, right, and what will give a better view on this is the client call one. Because what I love about this, right? So on our call we discussed, and then here we say, yes, send a review request, or no. And this will trigger the send a review request automation. And this one is, did they leave a testimonial? And if yes, it creates a task for my VA to go into the recording and clip out what they said that was so nice, right? So that could be whatever you want it to be, right? What other things could it be? Is it that they are looking to join, they want to buy your course? Is it that they are, and you're trying to sell them into your your like group program? You're trying to sell them a one-on-one. So this way you can, reality, if you have a course, a group program, and a private program, theoretically you're asking the same questions of each of them, but you're just going to have a different follow-up sequence based on course, group, or one-on-one, right? So that could literally be one question, like a radio custom field, and that dictates which follow-up sequence they're going to get, right? It's really that simple, right? And that can be done for just about anything, right? That's the same thing, that very similar to how we do our support tickets in Nerdly, right? It just allows you to have all that data, so you can then also, right, from that data, you can now create a smart list, right? So if you know the fields that someone has filled out, right? So we're gonna come over here. So let's see. Where's my calendars? Custom fields. Okay. Right. So you can really pull in like each of those specific custom fields. Like, did you fill out XYZ? Then you want to make sure that you're following up with them. Right. Does that make sense? So you can come in here and say, let me search for calendar. Calendar name is, all right. So that's going to say calendar name contains discovery. All right. Oh, that's not working. Okay. Well, I will dig into this, but you guys get the concept, right? That you can then take all this data, and whether it's curating how you're going to follow up with them, whether it's you want to, what resources do you want to send them, right? Do you have additional resources? Maybe they're not ready for your program, but you want to send them to like one of your lives in your Facebook group, right? So this is a really great way that you can dovetail it with what you're already doing, especially if you're already using group track, right? Like, we all know how to put our permalinks into our emails and send someone to a specific post, right? that is a part and parcel core piece that you need to know how to do. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm trying to keep these to around a half hour so that you don't have you actually can watch them and get things done. But so on today's call, we covered going through and creating your just sales call form, which could also create a client call form so that you can follow up with your client, including your calendar link so they can book the next call, right? And being able to curate what follow-up sequence that your clients are going to get. So again, we have 3 different options for what you want from here. Comment with any questions, comment notes, and I will put notes together and comment sales follow-up. And I will send you info on a workshop and this new program I'm going to launch, because let's go like nerd out and get your stuff built for you and like make sure your tech's as good as it can be, because I want, my goal is to make sure that tech doesn't hold you back. And I want to be able to help people regardless of what platform you're on, because this stuff's just cool, right? So with that, I will see you all next week. I don't know what we're talking about offhand, but it's gonna be cool. All right, later, nerds.